guys, Nicholas here with Professional Traders David and John, looking for another trade on NEM. And a previous one happened just a couple days ago where we broke even. We had some really small positive gains before we got stopped out and it dropped even lower. Now we're looking to enter it at even better price and with even higher possibility of having huge upside. However, this is also a high risk trade again, and we really recommend what position size would you say, John?
On this one, we're going to be using, we have our portfolio split up with different size trades for different levels of risk. This one is a high risk trade enough where our normal position size, we're just going to go with half. So that's just good risk management technique. The upside's enough where a half position will make you plenty of profit if it works out. So let me show you the setup, and then we'll turn it over to David, and he will give you all the details for risk management. We've got a bull flag that's formed as part of our prior trade. We caught the bullish move, but now it's come back down in what has created a bull flag. We're seeing a number of these on smaller altcoins, so it's well worth watching. And if it breaks out, we're going to move quite a bit higher. But what's most attractive about it is there's been a bit of a wall of support built over several days. And I'm going to come back after you get the trade details and give you a little tip that shows you why we like this one even more from a strategic standpoint. But there's good protection on the downside that we think it won't break. And that's how we're going to set the trade up. Let's turn it over to the pro. David, tell us how we're going to do the numbers and what kind of money we might see.
Thanks, John. Yeah, we're going to look at entry on this one. It's just, we'll call it 4,000. As you can see, it's trading fractionally above that at this point. But our entry on this is 4,000, and we're going to put a stop on it at 3,400. Again, John, as you mentioned, we're going to do this half size because we're not willing to risk 15% on one trade, which is where that stop loss is. So at a half size, we are at worst going to be 7.5% loser on this trade. The target on this, the ultimate target is probably around 7,500. So it's almost a double.
Wow.
Which again is another reason why we want to have a smaller size on this thing. If we get to that target, or even if we get to the intermediate target where we'll take off our first piece, it's such a large percentage winner that we can have a smaller position and still do great on this thing. So the position management line that you have in there, John, we're going to take a piece of this off at 6,000 if it gets there. And again, that's 50% from where we're entering. This is not a short-term trade. This is a wide, low, not long-term, wide, high risk, high reward. So that's why we're doing a small size, and we're going to let this pattern play out a little bit. There's the details, John. I'm going to send it back to you for another trading secret.
Okay, guys, let's get to some secrets now. Most patterns break out, which we saw on the move that we made a little money on and then got stopped out later. And then what happens is they want to make sure that you're not in the trade after you get what you thought you were going to get. So they have what's called a retest. And what you see in most cases, this is something you can go back and study your favorite cryptos and look at the charts. You'll see it over and over. A nice high volume move up, and then suddenly, wait a minute, that was a fake. We're just going to pull it right back down to where we broke out again. Nothing to see here. And that's a retest of the breakout level. But the volume, the buyers said, we want it at that price. And that's usually when you see the real move up is after the retest. So you see things go up and down and up and down. That's the nature of trading markets. But if you watch volume and you watch patterns, you can find great entries and make the money. And we made it on the way up, which is great. But turns out that was a fake out, if you want to call it that. Now we're retesting. We think the real move's coming, and we're in at a great price to get it. So always watch for retest because it gives you a second chance to enter, and it allows you to use stops with confidence because you know where you can get back in. Over to you, Nicholas.
And to be very clear on this, when we mean half the position size, we mean half of the normal position size we usually invest, not half of the portfolio. That would be crazy. So it's some just minor details I want to really bring to your attention. And if you guys don't know how position size actually works, or want more information how we get our numbers for position management, make sure you guys stay tuned and are subscribed for the upcoming premium subscription you have, which will walk you guys through the thoughts we have behind the scenes and how our thinking process works. But we really hope you guys are very careful with this trade, because it has lots of potential. But make sure you guys also come back to this video in like 1 or 2 days, because we will most likely have comments giving you mini updates on how we are treating this trade as it's happening. And if nothing, you can at least have the insights of those mini updates that are being posted as comments on this video right now. So see you guys later.